Hello and welcome back to the Tottenham Hotspur FM21 beta. So today we've got some League and Champions League games coming up for you after yesterday's transfer special where we basically redid the entire team. Now I have started playing this season as well and we've had a pretty good start to the season as well, which we'll talk to you about as well. But first and foremost, just want to address a few little things from yesterday's episode. I'm saying Leon Bailey's name all wrong. I assumed it was Bailly, just like Eric Bailly. Probably what I thought. I don't know, I probably thought they were brothers or something like that. But either way, I was saying it all wrong. Leon Bailey is apparently the correct way to say it, so apologies. There were also a few comments about Premier League registration saying that Garcia and Kulusevski weren't registered. They're both under 21 players, so they don't need to be registered. Players at the age of 20 or younger don't need to be registered, and they both meet that criteria, so both don't need to be registered. Otherwise, we would have a little bit of an issue because we haven't registered 25 players, which is the maximum, as you can see, although a few of them are youth players by looks of things. But there is an issue with some squad registration. If we move over to the Champions League squad registration, unfortunately Sissoko and Matt Doherty can't be registered because of various rules to do with minimum players needed to be trained in England for a certain amount of time, squad numbers, all things like that. So we can't actually register Sissoko and Doherty, which is a little bit frustrating because obviously they're good players, but obviously they're not the star players of a squad. As long as we've got the star players in the squad registered, we're all fine. However, they don't see it like that, and apparently the team also don't see it like that, because apparently the squad are very unhappy with my treatment of Matt Doherty. Lots of players are very cross with me right now. I spoke to Sissoko, and Sissoko said, yeah, it's fine. I spoke to Sissoko and said that some players had to miss out because of the rules, and he was like, yeah, that's fine, don't worry about it, lad. But Doherty, he's getting everyone else on board, basically, with him. So let's kick off today's episode then with discussing the issue with the squad. I've been told about some concerns the squad have had with Matt Doherty. Can someone please speak up? Some of the lads feel that you've treated Matt Doherty unfairly and want to know why. Okay, I mean, there's nothing here that sort of explains the situation. It's just like, I'll promise to not make mistakes in the future. I want to do it because I want to do it, or you're being idiots. And they are all being idiots, really. But I think what I'll do is I'll promise that I won't do it again in the future. We're only here for this season, so I guess it's not that much of a big deal. So let's click it then, and everyone is pretty satisfied with that, which is quite nice. So they're all back on my side now. So the squad seems to be happy for now, which is good. So the squad seems to be happy for now, which is good, and we need to keep the happiness going because we've had a very good start to the season. We've played 4 games in the Premier League so far. We've won 3 and drawn 1, which I think is pretty good going, I must say. We kicked things off against West Brom. Harry Kane picked up 2 goals alongside Julian Draxler getting 1 close to the end. We had a 2-2 draw with Chelsea, which was rather frustrating because we were the better team in that game. But again, Kane on the score sheet and Kulusevski getting his first goal for the club. We then had a 3-0 win against West Ham with Lucas Moura and Lo Celso picking up a brace. And then in the game against Sheffield United, where we won 5-2, Leon Bailey scored 2, Harry Kane got 1, and who got the other goals in that game? Kulusevski got a brace as well. Noticeably, what you'll see from these first 3 games is Harry Kane consistently on the score sheet, which is absolutely fantastic. He's got 4 goals in 4 games so far, as opposed to his 11 and 34 last season. And I think we owe this to swapping to wingers. So, I mean, you guys were probably right last season saying, change your system. I've changed it, and wingers seem to be the way to go. Or at least they seem to be the way to go to actually get Harry Kane scoring goals. But today we're going to be playing against Wolverhampton Wanderers and Krasnodar in our Champions League group. We had the Champions League draw at some point in August, and our group is actually pretty nice. We've got Roma, Krasnodar and Athletic Pamplona, which is Osasuna in Spain. Obviously, licensing issues in Spain. You can't get the real names in Spain, but obviously you can get a real name fixed if you want to. But Athletic Pamplona is Osasuna, I believe, which is very bizarre because they're not really a Champions League team. I mean, this is their best finish in the league since 1961 by looks of things, so, I mean, fair play to them. This is when it turns out that Pamplona is someone completely different, not Osasuna, and I'm thinking about something different. Annoyingly, Dele Alli out for 3 to 6 weeks, but we can deal with that because we've got better players than him in the squad right now. And hopefully we'll see some of these better players doing well in the game against Wolves as we're about to kick off against them. Hugo Lloris starts in goal with that back line of Reguilon, Longley, Garcia and Odriozola. We've then got Bentancur and Sergi Roberto in that centre of midfield. Bailey and Kulusevski start out on the wings with Luis Alberto cutting through the middle, helping to provide the goals for Harry Kane to score. And so, as kickoff is upon us, it's time to remind you to drop a like on the video for me. That'd be massively, massively appreciated. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you are new around here, as we look to push towards 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Clearly, our Tottenham team want us to do that because we've just won a penalty. And if we score the penalty, you have to subscribe. You have to subscribe if we score the penalty now. I've decided. I mean, I hope it is a penalty. They're taking a long time with the VAR. Please be a penalty now that I've said all this. It's okay, we've been given the penalty. Now, Harry Kane, if you miss this, we're going to have big issues here because everyone's got to subscribe if you score the penalty. Good. Whew, I thought it was saved. He scored it. You love to see it. 5 goals for the season for Kane in 5 games. A great start to the season for him. Corner for us right now as Luis Alberto swings one into Harry Kane, who doesn't quite get there because he was swamped by players. But Leon Bailey getting himself on the ball, looking to come down the left-hand side as he looks to put a cross in the middle. Is actually tackled there. The thing that's annoying me about the beta right now is this keeps changing itself constantly, that the camera angles and stuff. Like, it just resets to something really random all the time. So we're going to put the camera height all the way in and the camera zoom, which you have to do with a scroll wheel because that slide doesn't work. There we go. We can see the pitch a little better now. Is Sergio Roberto on the ball? Can he get it out wide to Reguilon? He can. Reguilon shoots. Reguilon scores. And we're 2-0 up inside of 12 minutes against Wolves. So this video is meant to come out at 8 o'clock. It's currently 10 to 6 and I've got a meeting at 7 o'clock. So expect this video at 9 o'clock, which I don't know why I'm telling you that because you'll be watching it at 9 o'clock as opposed to, you know, some sort of magic where I've somehow told you that this is... I don't know what I'm saying. At least Connor Cody scored an own goal for us, which is great. I'm exhausted though. I went on a run earlier on because I felt like I had to go on a run because I was in bed all day. I got up at 2 o'clock today. So I felt like I had to go on the run to do something and I'm now exhausted. So I'm probably going to talk some nonsense in today's episode as usual really. I can't use tiredness as an excuse anymore. I feel like it just happens. Unfortunately though, Leon Bailey injured. That is a bit of an issue. Let's get him off the pitch then. Hopefully it's not for too long, but we're going to bring Draxler on at that left-hand side. Or should we bring Son on? Who technically can play there a little better? Son is 2.5. Let's put him on the pitch then and see what he can do. But this is more like it. We're liking what we're seeing right now. We struggled towards the end of last season. We had a great start to the season, but really struggled towards the end of it. Hopefully this year we can keep momentum going through the entire season and keep winning games. I forgot to show you a table earlier on, but it's not that important because it's right at the start of the season. But given we had, 10 points from our first few games or so, it looked pretty good, the table for us. We'll show you the table in a minute. But 27 minutes on the clock, and Son Heung-min comes on and scores his first goal of the season to make it 4-0. It's a really good run from him, to be fair, as he cuts inside to the area, shoots at a very acute angle, but the keeper can't do anything about it. And with that, actually, we do go top of the table on 13 points, which is fantastic stuff. If we can stay there all season, this will be a season to remember as Wolves have their first highlight of the game and put it way over the bar. Luis Alberto with a free kick. So many highlights in this game as Kane getting his 6th goal of the season now. I was thinking, are we on? We're on key highlights. It feels like we're on extended highlights, the amount that have happened. But 5 goals in 34 minutes. You guys have picked the best game to come to all season so far as Kane rises like a salmon, puts it somehow past the keeper there and into the back of the net. Annoyingly, because I am so tired, I wanted just nice boring games to just whiz through. I have to do a lot of talking then, but a lot of talking done in this first half as we bring it to a conclusion. What am I saying? As we bring the first half to a conclusion. Is that a legitimate sentence? 13.5 kilometres I rang earlier. I was trying to do a half marathon and then I get to the 30... Every time I get to the 13k mark and then I just, like, my legs just stop working and then I just have to stop. I literally cannot do any more and then I have to walk home because I'm like miles away from home. So the walk takes a long time as well. Then I'm more tired and then I've just had a bath. That's really relaxing. I've got to record and Fabio Silva is scoring his first goal of the season. You probably don't even care, but you know, I just want to share a bit of my life and talk to you guys. There's a highlight straight from the kickoff though, which usually indicates a goal is coming. At least it did in FM17. Every time in FM17 there'd be a highlight after a goal, it would always result in a goal. And I've not really come to a conclusion if that's the case yet in FM21. I kind of hope it is because it would make my life a bit easier knowing that there's going to be a goal. But unfortunately it's coming towards Wolves right now, which isn't quite so good as Bernard puts a cross in the middle. Fabio Silva cleared. Goal. A goal straight away. Okay, that does suggest, it's a very good goal as well, it does suggest that actually highlights straight from kickoff indicate goals in FM21. So there you go, a world exclusive here. Kulusevski looking very tired, so is Harry Kane, so I think it's probably a good idea to take both of them off the pitch. Draxler will come on for Kulusevski and Harry Kane will come off for Lucas Moura. But as the second half flies by, I think we can be pretty happy with a 5-2 win over Wolves. I suppose looking a bit pessimistically at it, we have lost the second half 2-0, which isn't ideal, but luckily we won the first half 5-0. Is this going to be one final chance for us to try and score a goal at the end of this game? Will Wolves get a third goal as Connor Cody is playing left wing by looks of things right now, which seems a little bit bizarre, but I guess they're trying to push for a goal. When you're 5-2 down, I don't know why you're pushing for another goal, but they've got one to help their goal difference out a bit, I suppose. Fabio Silva with another one, and it's now 5-3. So a terrible second half for us, actually. That's a little bit concerning, but luckily we did the business in the first half. Can we say, there we go, a Jekyll and Hyde performance. I'm going to point my finger and say that's a real Jekyll and Hyde performance, and players seem demotivated by that, but you shouldn't, because you were terrible in the second half. Odriozola picked up a knock in that game, apparently. Wasn't aware of it, but he's out for 2 weeks pretty much. Leon Bailey, 3 to 4 weeks. Let's send him to a specialist. We're going to miss him significantly. Luckily, our next game is against Krasnodar, though, so we can rotate a little bit, keep some players fresh, and it doesn't quite matter too much if we're missing a few. Oh, no, it does. It does, because we've not got Doherty in the team. This is what he's waiting for. He's rubbing his hands together, loving this, isn't he? He's our other right back, Doherty. We've only got Odriozola registered. It's all falling apart. How do I go back to him and apologise and register him now? I can't, can I? It's too late. I now know exactly what Timberland meant in his 2008 banger, It's Too Late to Apologise. It's too late to apologise. It's too late. That was probably so good I might get copyright strike for that, so maybe not include that in the video. Okay, so I've got to make some changes then. Bailey, off you come for Son. And then Odriozola, who... Oh, Sergi Roberto can play there. That's quite handy, but so can Alderweireld. So let's bring Alderweireld on the pitch instead. Get these three lads off the bench. Why is my click not working to get them off? Oh, there we go. It's working now. I think the game just like briefly froze, which wasn't ideal. Tanganga on you come to the pitch. Harry Winks on the bench, I should say. And I don't want to bring Lamella on just for the sake... I don't like Lamella. Like, we've had our issues with Lamella, because he doesn't want to leave the club, no one will buy him. Although that's not his fault, no one wants to buy him. Although maybe it is because he's not very good at football. Either way, I don't want to justify him by putting him on the bench. So 6 subs will do. So as we head over to Russia and to Krasnodar, kickoff is upon us, as it looks like Athletic Pamplona played earlier on against Roma, and Osasuna won the game 2-1. Amazing stuff. Are they that good in real life? I mean, it's only like one extra season. Like, in their first season, they've come second in the league, and I feel like that isn't what they normally do. I feel like Osasuna are normally like a bottom half team, I would say. Kulusevski on the ball though into Luis Alberto as Alderweireld looks to put a cross into the middle. He does. Sergio Roberto can't quite get on it because it's a very good challenge there from the Krasnodar player, but it goes out to Reguilon. Son gets his noggin on it but puts it over the bar. I must say actually, it just popped up. It's just gone away now obviously because the highlights have just started, but there's a few teams that I don't really recognise the names of in the Champions League this season, so it's quite handy and quite interesting to see that there are loads of different teams in this year's Champions League. Hopefully more teams, it's a bit more varied in who wins the Champions League this season, because if you go back to FM20, like, it was just PSG or the Premier League teams pretty much that always won it in my saves. So Hugo Lloris with his hands on the ball plays it short to Garcia, gets it out to Alderweireld as we look to bring it down at the right hand side of the pitch. Kulusevski not really making the run to help him out much at all, as he just loses the ball because he's not got any pace on him, so he's always going to lose that. He's now massively out of position because Kulusevski didn't really make the run for the pass, but luckily we do recover the ball back as Luis Alberto into Longley coming down the left hand side of the pitch now as Son cuts inside a little bit, gets it down to the edge of the area. Can he put a cross? And he does. Kulusevski's there. 1-0 to us. A good start to the game. Actually, looking through this, it's only Jablanek that I've not come across before, who are a Czech team. So, I mean, there we go. You learn something new every day. But at half-time, we are 1-0 up, and that's all we need to be. Just winning the game to get the 3 points. You love to see it. Should also point out right now as well, if you are a regular watcher of the streams, they're usually Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. This coming week, I'm not really free on a Tuesday because I've got some stuff going on. So it's Monday, Thursday, Saturday next week. So just to remind you, just so you feel like you're not going to miss a stream. Tuesday stream moving to Monday as Kulusevski hits the post. You hate to see it. Still kicking things off though on the streams at 5 PM. If you've not come across them before, come along to the streams. They are good fun. We have a good chat with everyone, and it's going really well at the moment with Gateshead. And we're trying to sort of push for a partner at the moment as well a little bit. So we need to keep the average numbers high, and once the average numbers are high, we can apply for partnership again. We applied a few weeks ago. I say a few weeks ago. We applied months ago when we got the numbers, and it took them 9 weeks to get back to me to say, no, you can't have partnership, which is a bit annoying because we got the numbers, but we'll go again, we'll get the numbers again, and hopefully become partners at second time of asking. Luis Alberto on the ball then, looking to bring it down the left-hand side of the pitch. Can he swing a ball in the middle? He gets it back to Reguilon, who is fouled, and surely this is going to be a free kick in a goal-scoring opportunity. Luis Alberto on it, swings it in the middle, Kane noggin on it over the bar. A little bit annoying this game, considering how well we played against Wolves in the first half. We've not really done much at all today. Let's bring Lo Celso on, let's bring Draxler on, and let's bring Tanganga on. Not that they'll do much with only 5 minutes to go in the game, but it's good to give them a little bit of a run out and see if they can make a little difference at the end. But there we go, full time, Krasnodar 0, Spurs 1. Not the most convincing of performances there, but at least we got the 3 points in our Champions League group. You love to see it. So £2.46 million for winning that. Amazing kind of money for winning a Champions League group stage group. So, still unbeaten this season so far, including friendlies, which is very, very nice. Next episode, I think we'll go through to Aston Villa and Osasuna. We won't do Wolves again, we'll do Aston Villa and Osasuna because they seem to be quite a decent team. And then after that, we'll go through to like Roma and West Brom or something like that as hopefully we're winning our Champions League group then. But until next time, thank you very much for watching today's episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. And of course, if you have done, drop a like on the video for me, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and I will see you next time. Have a good one. Goodbye.